Mazuma TV back in the building, man. What's going on, y'all? Shout out to Mazuma Nation. Shout out to Mazuma Mob. I'm back with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a great morning. Hope everybody's having a productive day. Getting over a little bit of I don't know if it's a cold. I don't know exactly what it is, but nonetheless, we're going to get through it because we blessed. You know what I'm saying? So I hope everybody's having that same positive attitude. Let's get right into the boxing talk, man. What I want to talk about today is Devin Haney. Devin Haney has a situation going on. Like I said in previous videos, he's one of the most spoken about fighters in boxing right now because of all the options that this man has. This man, because he's the undisputed lightweight champion of the world, he could move the chess pieces wherever he may. You know what I mean? Wherever he wants, he could go. You know what I mean? And where he seems to be leaning more now to is the 140-pound division, which I don't knock him for because you could clearly see that he's struggling with the 135-pound weight limit. You know what I'm saying? You can see it in his face. You can tell that it takes a lot out of him, and you can tell he leaves some of his fight at the gym in the process of making the weight. You know what I mean? So that's a very dangerous situation. And before it gets any worse or anything like that, I think it'll be a safe move for him to move up to 140. And he's been in line to fight Regis Prograis. I believe that's supposed to happen. That's supposed to be locked in for October. They both agreed. I don't know if the contracts are signed. I don't know exactly what's going on. They may be in the process of doing so, but they both agreed to the fight. So that's a step in the right direction. The WBC came out and announced that they made Devin Haney the WBC champion in recess at 135 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Which is interesting because he just fought not too long ago. You know what I mean? And because he's moving up to 140, and they've really been pressing him to make a title defense at 135 pounds suddenly, they made him a champion in recess, and they plan on, and because Shakur Stevenson is the mandatory at 135 pounds in the WBC rankings, he's supposed to be ordered to fight. Shakur is supposed to be ordered to fight Lomachenko for the actual title. You know what I'm saying? So they pretty much putting Devin Haney on the sidelines. They're like, all right, we're going to put your belt up since you don't want to defend it as of right now. And then when you come back, you'll be in line to fight the winner of Lomachenko versus Shakur Stevenson, which is real interesting. You know what I mean? And then I read something else where it says, when Devin Haney is in line to come back to fight whoever the winner is, it'll be for a 50-50 split. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know exactly what's going on, but I didn't know that that these sanctioning bodies had any say in what percentage a fighter could get. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was negotiated between the promoter and the fighters. You know what I'm saying? That's absolutely new to me. If you guys know anything about that, please put it in the comments for me. That's extremely interesting. I didn't know that sanctioning bodies had that much power where they could say how much of a percentage a fighter could get going against their mandatory. You know what I'm saying? That's interesting. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, that's a great opportunity for Shakur Stevenson, and it's another great fight for Devin Haney to make. And if Devin Haney beats Regis Prograis at 140 pounds, it's really hard for me to see him coming back down. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I think that once he feels like that energy at 140, keeping that extra 5 pounds, which is gonna make a difference. He's gonna feel a whole lot better. You know what I'm saying? Once he gets that feeling good feeling and feeling like he's not as drained, you know what I mean? Once he feels that rejuvenation, I don't think he's gonna miss the process of cutting back to 135. So I think, which I believe he's gonna beat Regis Prograis. I just think from a stylistic standpoint, he's too much for Regis in terms of the movement, the range, the boxing ability, the jab, everything. You know what I'm saying? I just think that he's all bad for Regis. So if he beats Regis and he becomes the WBC champion at 140, and then he explores his options, he's gonna want to go for undisputed at 140 pounds. You know what I'm saying? So with that being considered, it's like, is he really gonna go back down to 135 and fight Shakur at a weight class he's clearly struggling to make after he just became a 2-division world champion? And there's other big fights out there for him to make at 140, the Teofimos, the Subriel Matias, so many other fights that could be made. The Rolly Romeros, that'll be a hell of a build-up. Like, there's so much money for Devin Haney to make at 140. Doesn't necessarily make sense to go through the dangerous progress of cutting that weight and making those fights happen when it's clear that you have trouble making the weight, that you're a drained fighter at 135. So that's just my thoughts on the situation, man. Real interesting situation with making him the champion in recess. I don't know. It's interesting. Very interesting. I want to know exactly why Shakur's team, along with Jay Prince and them, they must be putting a whole lot of pressure on the WBC to make this fight happen. You know what I'm saying? And they definitely are cooperating with Shakur and them, because they're pretty much granting him whatever his wishes are. He's fighting to the best of his ability to get this fight going. You know what I mean? He's putting a whole lot of pressure on these sanctioning bodies, and apparently it's paying off. So what is Devin Haney going to do? Put y'all predictions down low, man. Let me know in the comments exactly what y'all think. It's a real interesting situation. That's my take on it. Shout out to everybody who's been tuned in watching. If you've been watching this long, I appreciate you guys, man. This is Mazuma TV. Shout out to Mazuma Nation and the Mazuma Mob. I'm out of here. Peace.